Which iCarly stars couldn't stand each other? Who was the highest paid actor on set? And most importantly, did the show's iconic spaghetti tacos actually taste good? With an iCarly reboot set for production, our nostalgia for the show is at an all-time high, and we're dying to know what really went down when the cameras stopped rolling. The show's characters were all super sweet. Even bad girl Sam had her moments. But we wanted to know more about the actors behind these iconic characters, and you won't believe what we dug up. Even though the show is a goofy, kid-friendly comedy,
Jojo, our first question is, how long have you been a gigantic baby?
the cast still dealt with some serious scandal. We're talking leaked photos, lawsuits, and major Twitter drama. And some of it even happened right on set. Want to know more? Then keep watching for all the tea from behind the scenes. Carly didn't come cheap. While starring on the comedy hit, Miranda Cosgrove made history, earning a place in the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest paid child star. The 16-year-old was making a whopping $180,000 an episode, and that's just one actor. When you factor in the rest of the cast, the crew, and all the sets, costumes, and props, that adds up to one expensive show. We wonder if that was a part of the reason the show was eventually canceled. SuperStrict Rules. Watching iCarly, you'd guess that the cast had a ton of fun on set, but they actually had to follow a strict set of rules while filming. The scripts were written without many jokes, and then while filming, the writers would improvise different jokes for the cast to try.
Yeah, kids love dinosaurs.
The system was so rigid that the actors themselves weren't even allowed to improvise, which must have been really hard for improv-trained actors like Jerry Trainer.
I don't have you arrested. I invite you into my home. I teach you about the joys of sculpting. I'm forced to wait an hour for bagels I didn't even want.
If the cast wanted to try jokes on their own, they had to get special permission from the show's creator, Dan Schneider. Food poisoning. iCarly had a ton of food-based humor, so the actors had to do a lot of on-camera eating. Unfortunately for them, the food was far from tasty. Actress Jeanette McCurdy had it the worst, as Sam was always snacking on something.
I'm saying it's not ladylike to talk with your mouth full.
What, I gotta finish chewing before I can talk?
The poor actress had to eat so much ham that she threw up between takes. But don't worry, it wasn't all bad. It turns out the show's famous spaghetti tacos were actually pretty delicious IRL. Tragedy struck. But that wasn't the only food struggle Jeanette McCurdy was dealing with. While filming iCarly, the young actress developed a crippling disorder with food, which only got worse with her growing fame. Her struggle with food was also tied to her personal life. Her mother was diagnosed with cancer and slowly declined over the course of the show. She eventually passed away just after iCarly ended, and Jeanette thanked the iCarly cast for being such a support to her in tough times. Canceled. iCarly was a huge hit, so what made Nickelodeon decide to cancel the show? Turns out it was time for Carly to head off to college. Miranda Cosgrove had been starring on the show since she was just 13 years old and acting since she was 3. So when she turned 18, she decided it was time to put a pause on acting and attend college instead. But she still honored her commitment to the show. She was filming right up until starting her first semester at USC. Originally, the actress was planning to major in film, but she soon changed her focus to psychology. We wonder what the future will hold for this multi-talented star. Musical mishaps. It turns out that wasn't the only time the actress put the show's schedule on hold. Remember Miranda's debut album, Sparks Fly? It was full of lighthearted bops like Kissin' You and Dancing Crazy, and marked the actress as a true double threat. But as fun as the album was, it actually stalled production of the show. Miranda was far from the first actress to pursue a singing career, but it took a while to get her schedule back on track, and her tour delayed production on the show. But that wasn't the only drama to come from Miranda's tour. In 2011, the actress was involved in a terrifying accident when her tour bus collided with an overturned tractor trailer. Miranda's ankle was broken, and her mother was also seriously injured in the crash. As a result, Miranda was forced to cancel the remainder of her tour. And the drama doesn't stop there. 2 years after the accident, Miranda and her mother sued the driver of both vehicles and the transportation companies behind them. Miranda claimed that between the canceled tour, the loss of a contract with Neutrogena, and getting dropped by her label, the crash cost her about $2.5 million. And the lawsuit definitely earned her a few haters. The driver of the tour bus claimed that Miranda's case was bogus and she was just after more money. A sexy scandal. Child stars can't stay children forever, but that doesn't make it any less shocking when they start acting all grown up. In 2014, Jeanette took a few shots at her ex, Andre Drummond, calling him a lousy kisser. Soon after, sexy selfies of Jeanette posing in her underwear were leaked to the public. The actress was understandably upset, claiming that she had only sent the photos to one person. Despite her accusations, Drummond insisted that he didn't post the photos. Nickelodeon insisted they weren't upset about the scandal, but Jeanette's show, Sam and Cat, was canceled soon after. Sam and Cat fight. Everyone loves a good celebrity feud, and iCarly star Jeanette McCurdy definitely delivered. After iCarly ended, the actress went on to star in the spin-off Sam and Cat alongside pop star Ariana Grande. But even though the actresses played the best of friends, there was some serious off-screen drama. In addition to the salary scandal, Jeanette released a long statement claiming that she was letting go of a toxic friend. Fans were quick to deduce that the friend was none other than her pop princess co-star. There were also rumors that Ariana's team told her to keep away from Jeanette, who was getting drunk and going to strip clubs. Eventually, all the drama led to the cancellation of Sam and Cat after just one season. But even with the show ending, the drama kept coming. When Ariana posted a tearful farewell to the show, the only person she didn't thank was Jeanette. Don't worry though, Jeanette fired back in a major way. She went on to produce a web show loosely based on her life. It followed an actress dealing with the fallout from her show being canceled, and it featured a major shot at Ariana. One of the web series villains was an airheaded ponytail-wearing pop star by the name of Gloriana. It seemed like Jeanette was ready to spill the tea, and she wasn't going to let anyone hold her back. Award show absence. Even though the cast seems super tight, it seems like there may be a dark side to their story. The show's producer, Dan Schneider, has been followed by rumors that he's difficult to work with. Whispers of a short temper, an inappropriate sense of humor, and a foot fetish have us feeling a little grossed out. And we're not the only ones. When Dan was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Teen Choice Awards, Jeanette and Miranda were noticeably absent. Many are guessing that this was a silent protest, which indicates some major drama on set. It also wasn't the only time an iCarly star used an award show to make a statement. When rumors started to swirl about Jeanette McCurdy and her co-star, Ariana Grande, major drama followed. And things came to a head when Jeanette refused to attend Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards ceremony, even though she was nominated. She later tweeted about her decision, stating that she was put in an uncomfortable, compromising, unfair situation, and she had to stand up for what was right. Looking back to all the feuds, fights, and food, we're wondering who will, and who won't, be back for the reboot. For such a goofy cast, it seems like the iCarly kids had way more drama off-screen than on. Growing up in the spotlight is notoriously hard, and for the most part, these kids seem to have made it out mostly unscathed. Now we're just hoping they can work through their old drama so they can all reunite in a reboot. Did any of these scandalous secrets shock you? And are you Team Ariana or Team Jeanette? Honestly, we don't think we could pick between these two queens. Let us know what you think in the comments.